Hey everyone and welcome back. Today, I really want to chat about a book that absolutely blew my mind. Something I think you'll find as captivating and chilling as I did Sylvia Moreno Garcia's Mexican Gothic. Sometimes you just need a story that grabs you from the first page and doesn't let go. Right? This one, it does exactly that, but in the best, most unsettling way. Now, if you're looking for a traditional Gothic tale with a decaying mansion, family secrets, and a sinister atmosphere, you're absolutely going to get that here. But what Mexican Gothic does so brilliantly is take those classic elements and infuse them with something truly fresh and relevant, setting it in the vibrant, post-revolutionary Mexico of the 1950s, far from the misty moors of England. So let's dive in. The story kicks off with our amazing protagonist, Nomi Tabuada. Imagine a socialite from Mexico City, utterly glamorous, confident, and perhaps a little bit flighty, as her father would put it. She's into parties, dancing, and fashion, but also surprisingly intelligent and fiercely independent, dreaming of pursuing a master's degree in anthropology. One night, her father calls her away from a costume party she was dressed as Spring. Either way, which is just so her to deliver some truly unsettling news. Her cousin, Catalina, has sent a disturbing letter. Catalina claims her new husband is poisoning her and that she's seeing visions and restless dead. Catalina begs Nomi to come save her. Of course, Nomi's father is worried, especially since he never fully trusted Catalina's husband, Virgil Doyle. Given their strangely fast engagement, he wants Nomi to go to the remote, isolated high place in the mountains to assess the situation and determine if Catalina needs to be brought back to Mexico City for professional care. He even dangles the tempting carrot of allowing her to enroll at the National University for her master's if she succeeds. This is a huge deal for Nomi, whose parents had previously balked at her continuing her studies. So, Nomi, armed with her sharp wit, her fashionable wardrobe, and a healthy dose of skepticism, sets off on a train journey to the remote town of El Triunfo. As she approaches High Place, nestled deep in a forest on a steep mountain, the atmosphere immediately shifts. The house itself is a character, a looming Victorian mansion, decaying and oppressive, draped in mist and silence. It's a stark contrast to Nomi's modern, colorful home in Mexico City. Once inside, Nomi quickly realizes this isn't just a quirky family in a rundown house. The Doll family is odd. You have Florence, Virgil's mother and the woman who runs the house, with her severe demeanor and strict rules, especially about silence at the dinner table. There's the ancient patriarch, Howard Doyle, who is obsessed with eugenics, spewing theories about superior and inferior races, and making incredibly uncomfortable comments about Nomi's darker complexion and Indian heritage. He even keeps journals like Eugenics, a journal of race betterment, in his library. Then there's Virgil, Catalina's husband. He's handsome, yes, but also cold, manipulative, and deeply unsettling. He's dismissive of Catalina's health and Nomi's concerns, relying on their family physician, Dr. Cummins, who seems equally complacent. But amidst this chilling family, Naomi finds a surprising potential ally in Francis, Virgil's younger cousin. Francis is quiet, kind, and seems as trapped and uncomfortable as Naomi feels. He's obsessed with mushrooms and botanical drawings, offering a small tender counterpoint to the Doyle's darkness. Naomi quickly discovers Catalina is not just ill but deeply troubled. Her cousin seems listless, prone to babbling, and speaks of voices and people in the walls. Naomi seeks a second opinion from Dr. Camarillo, the local town physician. He confirms Catalina needs psychiatric attention and shares unsettling stories about the Doyle's past, including epidemics that killed many miners and their harsh treatment of local workers. Nomi also learns from Catalina about a remedy she had been getting from a local healer, Marta Duval, to help her sleep. This is an opium tincture. But when Nomi gives Catalina more of it, her cousin has a violent seizure. The Doyles are furious, blaming Nomi for poisoning Catalina. So what exactly is going on at High Place? What's the real horror here? Well, this is where the book truly distinguishes itself. It's not just ghosts, though Nomi experiences terrifying sleepwalking episodes and vivid, disturbing dreams. Francis eventually explains the chilling truth: the house is permeated by a powerful symbiotic fungus, which they call the gloom. This fungus, running through the walls and even the air, allows the Doyles to extend their lives and access ancestral memories, essentially achieving a twisted form of immortality by transferring consciousness from one body to another within their bloodline. Howard, the patriarch, has done this for centuries, repeatedly possessing his children and other family members. This gloom also affects those exposed to it, causing mental deterioration in some, like the servants who barely speak, and a more subtle influence on others. The Doyle family has meticulously maintained its pure bloodline through generations of incest to ensure compatibility with the fungus. New blood like Richard Francis' father and Catalina is brought in to invigorate the lineage, but they suffer greatly from the incompatibility and the gloom's insidious effects. Catalina's letter and her madness are direct results of fighting the gloom's influence. Nomi also learns the horrifying secret of Agnes Doyle, Howard's first wife, who was literally the central mind of the gloom, buried alive within the house's foundations, providing the raw consciousness that Howard manipulates. Her suffering fuels the house. The golden glow Nomi has seen in her dreams, that's Agnes, a manifestation of the gloom. The Doyles want Nomi, a compatible outsider, to marry Francis and produce children to continue their grotesque lineage and replenish their fading fortune from the now closed silver mine. They've been manipulating her, subtly influencing her through the gloom, even through Virgil's disturbing dreams that blend desire and violation. The opium tincture Catalina was taking, and which Nomi also starts to secretly take given to her by Francis, works by interfering with the gloom's influence, allowing one to break free even temporarily. So how did they escape this nightmare? It all culminates in a terrifying sequence. Nomi is forced into a twisted wedding ceremony with Francis presided over by Howard. Howard attempts a ritual to fully integrate Nomi into the family and the gloom, making her ingest a piece of the fungus, but fueled by the tincture and a fierce will to survive, Nomi, with Francis' help, confronts the Doyles. Catalina, in a stunning moment of clarity and rage, uses Dr. Coleman's scalpel to brutally attack Howard, piercing his eye and causing him to convulse wildly. This act is crucial because it significantly damages the gloom, which is intrinsically linked to Howard's physical form and Agnes' mind within the walls. As the Doyles are thrown into chaos by Howard's agony and the dying gloom, Nomi grabs an oil lamp and, remembering Ruth's haunting mantra, "Open your eyes," she hurls it at Agnes' mummified body, setting the fungus-covered corpse and the surrounding walls ablaze. This is the ultimate act of destruction, designed to sever the Doyles' connection to their horrifying immortality. Francis, regaining his own agency, shoots his mother, Florence, who tries to stop them. In a desperate escape, Nomi, Francis, and Catalina flee through the crypt and into the mist-shrouded cemetery. As Hyde Place burns to the ground behind them, they are rescued by local farmers and taken to Dr. Camarillo, who helps them concoct a believable story for the authorities. So, what's the lasting impact of Mexican Gothic? This book is so much more than a spooky story. It's a powerful exploration of power dynamics, colonialism, generational trauma, and the insidious nature of superiority ideologies. The Doyles, as English colonizers, literally consumed the land and people, exploiting them for wealth and even for their own twisted version of immortality. The eugenics theories Howard preaches are horrifying, and the book shows how deeply ingrained and destructive such beliefs can be. Nomi's journey is a testament to female agency and resilience. She's not a damsel in distress. She's resourceful, brave, and fights back with every ounce of her being. Using her intelligence, her wit, and ultimately her courage, she challenges the patriarchy and the oppressive norms she encounters, both within her own family and among the Doyles. The ending leaves us with some ambiguity. Hyde Place burns, seemingly destroying the gloom, but Francis still worries that the fungus or its influence might be in him, even hinting that mycelia can be resistant to fire. Nomi, too, experiences moments where she wonders if she's truly free of its pull, or if a golden sheen in Francis' eyes or her own reflection might one day betray a lingering connection to the horrors they faced. This suggests that trauma, like a fungal spore, can be deeply embedded and hard to fully eradicate, and that escaping a toxic environment doesn't always mean immediate freedom from its psychological effects. So, who should read Mexican Gothic? If you love atmospheric horror that's smart, unsettling, and thought-provoking, you absolutely have to pick this up. If you're tired of predictable jump scares and want something that delves into deeper, more insidious fears, the horror of controlling families, historical atrocities, and the struggle for self-possession, this book is for you. It's a reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters aren't supernatural creatures, but the deeply human evils that hide behind closed doors and twisted ideologies. It might just make you look at old houses and family trees in a whole new, much more suspicious light. Trust me on this one.